Hi, my name is Patrick Sullivan. I was the principal here at Davis Middle School for 4 years, and currently I'm the Director of Special Projects for the Compton Unified School District. In January of 2020, I was assigned to Davis Middle School. The school was a CSI school, meaning that we were on program improvement. We were one of the lowest schools in the district. We were the lowest 5% in the state of California. We had high chronic absenteeism, and our ADA was one of the lowest in the district. 3 months later, after being assigned here, the pandemic hit. And so many of the students were out. Many school districts didn't come back. And so we knew that we were having to deal with a learning loss. Knowing that, we knew that we had to think outside the box and we had to come up with a program that would address our students' needs. Because even though the students were not here or were coming back in a couple of years, we need to guarantee that they would learn the material, learn the standards that were required of them at that time. So we started looking through the different programs that the district offered, and one of them was Next Gen. After working through the programs, we decided to go with Next Gen for a variety of reasons. Some of the other programs might test students, and the students would work at their level, but that doesn't guarantee that the students are going to make progress or that the students are going to master grade level standards. With Next Gen, and we were able to guarantee that. We started out with problem of the day. So we have a pacing guide. So throughout the year, the teachers have to teach certain standards throughout the year. And what we did is when the teachers were teaching the standards, on one day, we would follow up the next morning with a problem of the day from Next Gen. We would send out the same standard to all students. So as soon as they got into the class that morning, they would open up their iPads and they would have the problem of the day. They would work through the problem and then they would submit the answer. After that, the teacher would work through the problem with the students so that they understood it. The genius behind Next Gen is that we had immediate data. We didn't have to wait for common assessments. We didn't have to wait until the end of the year or for benchmarks, but we had the immediate data. So if students were not mastering the grade level standards, we were able to pull them out of class, send them to the intervention room, and they were able to work with an interventionist at that time and master the grade level standards. Once they completed that, then they would immediately return back to class and continue their learning. It was a great opportunity for us in many ways. First of all, it kept teachers up to date on the pacing guide, because teachers were required to keep teaching and guarantee that they were teaching the standards because they knew that the students were going to be tested on those standards the next day. It also reinforced what the teachers were teaching, and the students had an opportunity to practice. And then whenever they submitted their practice, we had the immediate data. So teachers weren't sifting through the data trying to understand it. Teachers had that data. We were able to identify their needs and get the students into intervention immediately. While many students were dealing with learning loss across the state and across the country, we saw the advantages to implementing Next Gen at the school site, getting the immediate data, sending them into intervention, addressing their needs at that time. In 21-22, the first year of CASP, we saw that our students increased their math test scores by 7.6%. And in the second year, 22-23, our students increased their test scores by another 10%. So we know that the program works, and we were implementing the program with fidelity, and we see the results. Next Gen is amazing with math. As far as helping our students learn and master the content standards in math, Next Gen addresses those needs. But Next Gen also does a little bit more. Next Gen helped with student morale. Once students were able to master the content standards, they felt more comfortable working with math. They had more confidence. We also saw, besides our test scores going up in math, we saw our chronic absenteeism go down. And I'm not going to say that the chronic absenteeism went down specifically because of math, but because students feel more comfortable with math. Because students feel more comfortable, they know the material, they feel like they want to come to school. And our chronic absenteeism went from 15% to 2%. Our ADA was one of the highest in the school district because kids see that they're achieving and they love to do well. and we were addressing those needs of students. More importantly, students have been offered many opportunities by higher test scores and by mastering the standards. We had one of the highest years of identifying students for GATE. We have advanced honors classes for students. Students have been participating in robotics and technology. We have students who have been competing. We were the only middle school in the district to compete in a high school robotics league because students are integrating the math and the technology, and they're able to master that. And they're allowing the students the opportunity to master the math and excel past that has given them the opportunity to do so much more. And our students have been winning awards, not only in the district, but in the county and also nationwide.